hang around, though. I've got to get back.
Ah, yes. The sadists from corrective services. What they dreamt up for you this week.
I'm working in a church.
Church?
Repairing stained glass windows.
Ah, thanks, Harry. Well, if you've got a moment, say a prayer for me, would you? There's a distinct resemblance, you know.
Yeah, who to? You or Nick?
My mother, of course.
Why have you stopped pushing it?
Pushing what?
Well, you were so convinced that Robin was your daughter.
I'm certain of it.
Oh, so why aren't you doing something about it?
Who says I'm not?
Oh, I should have known. So what's the plan? You freeze her out, you give her the silent treatment, and you wait for her to come to you?
Stop putting pressure on the girl for a start.
Oh, of course. Like you have.
By the time I'm in a position to pursue my claim, I don't imagine there'll be too much resistance.
You make it sound like you're buying shares in a company.
Kurt, Robin is my daughter. There's no way I'm going to give her up.
Under the sun, come run with me. You want to stay, you want to be. Under the sun, we're going on holiday. Oh, holiday. Under the sun, you want to dance, you want to play. Let's take the chance. Under the sun, we're going on holiday. A holiday. We're on our way. We will run to paradise in the sun. A holiday. A holiday. A holiday. A holiday. A holiday. A holiday.
Oh,
Careful.
I didn't know you were there.
That's okay. What do you think?
It looks great.
Yeah. So, comment ça va?
Okay.
And how was, what's the French word for school?
L'école.
Yeah. How was l'école?
Good. Have you heard from Gromit?
No. I think maybe he's a bit too busy. Well, he hasn't seen his dad in a long time. They've got a lot of catching up to do. And I think maybe he needs to forget about Paradise Beach for a while.
He has got a lot of memories here. His mama and everything. So we shouldn't be worried.
No. He'll call when he's ready. Yeah. Yeah, good splash of colour.
I am worried. I can't help it.
Look, if he hasn't called by tonight, then I'll give him a call. What do you reckon?
How's the country?
Oh, Lisa likes it.
You don't?
Oh, it's all right. For a while. Recharge the batteries.
What happens after you've recharged them?
Who knows? Not ready for early retirement. Not yet, anyway. So, Busby. Webster. This afternoon. Well, yeah. I'm in town, but I'm tied up at the moment. I will be for the rest of the day, in fact. Oh, well, if it's urgent, say I'll meet you there in 15 minutes. All right. You got it. See you then.
Webster. Is that the phone call you were waiting for?
Well, I wasn't expecting him to call quite so soon.
How do you mean?
Oh, nothing. Well, I better get going. Catch you later.
Yeah, sure. Heard your mission? Looks like it.
Move over.
It's a lovely afternoon out there, you know.
I noticed.
There's this big strip of sand with these huge foaming things crashing onto it. We call it a beach.
Thanks for telling me that, Dad. I was wondering.
You can do your homework later, you know. You don't have to do it now.
I want to do it now.
And uniforms are not compulsory around the house. You are permitted to change into casual attire.
What is it you want, Dad?
I want to know what's the matter.
Nothing's the matter.
Nothing. That's why every day after school your mum finds you moping around the house.
Oh, Dad, can you just leave it?
I'm worried about you, Tori. I don't enjoy seeing you like this.
I'm doing my homework. Most parents like it when their kids do their homework.
But you know what they say? All work and no play.
I don't feel like playing. I don't want to play, all right?
Well, how about just coming for a walk with me?
Will it stop you from being such a pain?
It might.
Promise?
Promise.
Okay, I'll come for a walk with you.
And you'll change out of your school uniform?
Yes, I'll change out of my school uniform.
Thanks for coming over, Tom. I know how busy you must be.
Less busy since your relentless campaign of character assassination.
A drink, perhaps? They have a pretty impressive scotch.
No, thanks. This isn't a social visit.
No. Well, down to business. On the subject of character assassination, how would you like to see Paula Taylor's biography removed from circulation? I don't mean remaindered, I mean recalled. Pulped.
I can't pretend I wouldn't be delighted.
No, I thought you'd say that. The book doesn't exactly present you in the best light.
I haven't read it, but I can imagine.
Why I ask is, with a little cooperation, I believe we could get an injunction against it.
What's in it for you?
Fair enough question.
Well, you haven't been known to champion my cause in the past.
No, and that's the best way to describe it. Pang of conscience, if you like.
Come on, Webster. If I was on fire, you wouldn't spit on me. Has to be more to it than that.
I just don't like to see a man victimized by self-seeking journos.
You're in it up to your neck, feeding them every juicy morsel you could lay your hands on. She's gone for you too, hasn't she? In doing the big expose on me, she's turned up a few of your shady practices.
Well, there may be some potentially dangerous material, but heaven knows how she got hold of it.
Resourceful.
We'd both like nothing better than to see that book trashed. Agreed?
And what are you suggesting?
We discredit her, then sue for damages.
She doesn't have 2 cents to rub together.
She has a reputation. She must have something left in her piggy bank.
And this bit here. The backhander he paid to the head of the Department of Works. We can substantiate that.
Paula.
Can't we? I mean, we didn't print anything we couldn't prove. It's all here.
Paula.
Letters, transcripts of interviews, dodgy receipts. If Webster wants to sue, he's going to have his work cut out making anything stick.
Webster is not going to sue.
But you heard what he said. He's going to destroy us.
That does not necessarily involve suing us.
What then? You don't think he'd...
What, send the boys around, you mean? Sever your brake cable so your car plummets over the cliff?
It's not funny, Gordon. I'm scared. He meant what he said.
Come here. Point number 1. Violence is not Webster's style.
We hope.
Look, he threatened us. It'd be pretty incriminating if the very next day one of us was mown down by a hit-and-run driver.
Oh, don't. I don't want to think about it.
So, point number 2. His only recourse is legal. And I honestly don't think he has a leg to stand on. You said yourself we're too well covered.
But what if he manages to buy someone off? What if one of our contacts goes back on their story?
Well, then we could be in trouble.
Oh, how can you say it just like that? This man has threatened to ruin our lives.
Paula, there's nothing we can do about it. The book is out there. All we can do is sit tight and hold onto our hats.
Don't tell me. We're in for a bumpy ride.
Yeah, that's more like it. The battle-hardened investigative journalist.
No. The absolutely terrified kids writer who wished she'd stuck to monsters and talking gorillas.
Doesn't this feel great? Your feet in the water, sand between your toes. Tori, I said it's a nice feeling.
Yes.
Everything's okay at school, isn't it? I know you got off to a bit of a shaky start.
Everything's fine. Dad, I thought you said you weren't going to nag me.
This isn't nagging. This is pestering. Well, if you're bored, why don't you join one of the sports teams then? Netball or something.
Netball? Dad, are you kidding?
Well, I don't know. Tennis then. That's a bit more stylish.
You don't play a sport just because you like the image.
Well, why don't you get involved in the school play then?
I don't want to be in the school play. I told you, Dad. I'm all right.
I'm only trying to help, you know.
I know.
I mean, it's not as if you're struggling with the work. You seem to have settled in okay, you've made friends.
Not really.
Well, is that what it is? You're not getting on with the other kids?
See? Even you say it.
What?
Kids. We're all kids. I'm not a kid, Dad.
Well, I didn't mean, you know...
It's okay. It's not your fault. There's no one interesting or exciting there. They're all too young or stupid.
Especially the boys, huh?
Yeah, especially the boys.
So it's a bit of social life you're missing out on.
I want to meet someone who finds me interesting, who I find interesting.
You will, love.
When?
When the right fella comes along.
And when's that?
Thursday week?
It's probably better if you bring in the complaint. After all, the book was about you.
What am I supposed to be complaining about?
The way the woman went about gathering her information. The way she started fabricating material when she couldn't rake up enough authentic dirt.
Your part in this?
I back you up. I tell the court it was all a pack of lies.
What happens when Miss Taylor turns around and asks you why you fed her the pack of lies in the first place?
Simple. I didn't. It's my word against hers.
Really think a judge is going to believe that any writer would be reckless enough to publish unsubstantiated allegations?
Why not? Wouldn't be the first time. Listen, the least we can hope for is an injunction. We've got to be able to raise enough doubt in the judge's mind to be granted that.
Once the books are off the shelves?
We sue the shirt off her back. Her and her publisher. So, what do you say? Are you in?
No, I don't think so.
Now, hang on. I don't think you're thinking this through.
I don't need to.
I'm talking about salvaging your reputation.
No, you're talking about salvaging yours. I've already lost mine. You were right. Most impressive scotch.
You never had any intention of going along with this, did you?
No, but it's been interesting hearing you explain it, nonetheless.
You lose, mate.
Not this time. You do.
So are you feeling a little bit more relaxed?
I propose a toast. Robert Webster.
Robert Webster, God bless him, and all who sail in him.
You're right, you know.
Me? Surely not.
If he's going to sue, he's going to sue. Worrying about it is not going to stop him.
Unless he's sensitive to karmic vibrations.
Oh, sensitive. That man would sleep through an apocalypse.
So, what's the point you're trying to make?
The book tour.
Yes?
We should do it. I mean, until Webster makes a move, there's still a book to promote, isn't there?
There is.
And if he does decide to take out an injunction or whatever, and there isn't a book to promote anymore, well, at least we'll still have had a fabulous holiday.
Top up.
Why not?
Tori,
What?
you shouldn't have.
Sorry, Dad. These are for me.
Isn't it a bit late for deliveries?
Who cares? They're gorgeous. Smell.
Oh, very nice. So who sent them?
I don't know. And the courier said he didn't know.
Isn't there a card or something?
No.
The pot pickings. So who do you reckon?
No idea.
Oh, come on. I'd say it was obvious.
Who?
A secret admirer.
In bad gaan is heerlijk, maar het zou nog lekkerder zijn als je water kon.
Staat als Maybe I was never right. There's no time for taking it slow. There's no rhyme or reason where your heart says go, go. Heat of the night, let's go. Dancing for my life.
It's probably someone totally revolting or someone totally gorgeous. I don't know anyone totally gorgeous.
Yes, you do.
Who?
Oh, I know who it is.
Who?
Oh, Tori, this could be a match made in heaven. The hottest couple in Paradise Beach. Who? The wedding of the year. Tom and Nicole, eat your hearts out.
Robin who?
Of course, it's got to be him. I've seen the way he looks at you, and he's so good looking. Who? Tell me. Darren Watkins.
Oh, ha-ha.
Why not? I think he's good looking.
Well, why don't you send him flowers?
10 to 9. Come on, get a move on. Gosh, look at this. The flowers seem to be the only thing that Roy hasn't eaten.
And aren't they gorgeous?
You've cheered up.
Amazing what a secret admirer can do. Come on, Robin. Bye, Dad.
Hang on a second. What about all this mess?
Sorry about that.
Where did you rush off to?
Reading matter?
Oh, charming. This is your idea of an intimate breakfast for two, is it? You, me, and the daily newspaper.
When you have quite finished, there's something I want to read to you. Now, where was it? Ah, yes. Here we go. Local tycoon refutes allegations.
Webster?
That's just the headline. Now, this is the interesting bit. Prominent Queensland businessman Robert Webster this evening declined to comment on the allegations of impropriety made against him in a recently published biography of business rival Thomas Barsby. Now, when pressed for a comment, Webster said that the matter was in the hands of his lawyers, who were exploring all possible avenues for legal action. So there you go.
So there you go what?
We're home and hosed.
But he's still considering legal action.
More coffee?
Yes, thanks.
Listen, all that talk about exploring avenues, that is just newspaper speak for Webster hasn't got a legal leg to stand on. It's bluster.
Oh, how can you know that?
Take it from a seasoned veteran. If he was taking action, it would say taking action, not flipping through legal reports, desperately trying to find some technicality to catch us out on. Take it from me, Paula, we are in the clear.
Get your soda, will you, mate? Not bad. Ready for a cup of coffee?
Only been at it for an hour.
Well, I'm ready for one.
There you go.
How's the milk in it? Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. I usually don't have that, but...
For your training?
No, not really. It's like black coffee.
You don't have to watch everything you eat, then.
Well, I have to be careful, you know. Plenty of complex carbohydrates, protein, no fat.
Alcohol?
No way. Once in a blue moon, maybe.
Iron man business takes a lot of dedication.
It's just something that I do. I rarely think about it.
How many times a day do you train?
What do you mean, normal training?
Oh, I don't know. What's normal?
Well, if I'm not building up to a competition, 2 hours twice a day.
It's a lot of commitment.
You say so.
I came down to watch you train this morning. Not easy what you blokes do. Not easy at all.
That's lunch.
Oh, I got this. Plus, I got this. Plus, I got this. What are you having?
I don't know. Tori's doing something.
Oh.
So what happened last night? Did Gromit call?
No.
So you called him?
Well, I tried, but he wasn't home.
Well, where was he?
Your guess is as good as mine. His father's not saying much. Well, nothing, in fact, except that Gromit's fine and having a great time.
So why doesn't he call us himself? Just to say that he's okay.
Like I said, apparently he is okay.
I know, but that's only what his dad says. Don't you think it's a little weird him not phoning us himself? Doesn't he miss us?
Well, I think it's more than weird. I think it's also very worrying.
How do you mean?
Well, I think we're going to have to face it.
Face what?
Well, you never met Gromit's father, but he can be a pretty determined character. When he split up with Gromit's mother, well, he wanted Gromit to come back with him. And now, well, looks like he might have got him back.
Hi. Hi. I'm worried about Gromit. Nick thinks he might never come back.
Oh, of course he will. All his friends are here. I've been trying to think who sent me the flowers. I asked Sarah Thompson. She said maybe it was one of the teachers. What do you think?
I don't know. Maybe it was Kirk.
Kirk? No way, he wouldn't. Anyway, that's finished.
Maybe he wants to start again.
No, he's too pig-headed. Someone else. It's got to be.
Why? All the teachers at school are married. All the boys are too stupid and immature. And you don't like any of Sean's friends. Doesn't leave too many options.
I know, but not Kirk.
What's this?
Inside front page. Hey, Harry.
It's like Webster's clutching at straws, doesn't it?
Yeah, what are you talking about? It looks as though he's in deep trouble.
Well, I think I might go for a swim.
Hey, Dad, this is Webster we're talking about. You know, Robert Webster, your main rival, the guy you hate. I mean, he sold you down the river, and now it looks as though his corporation is going to get torn apart. Is that what he wanted to see you about?
Well, let's just say our meeting wasn't entirely unrelated.
Well, how was he? I mean, whoa, he must have freaked.
Yes, he did.
Doesn't it give you a buzz, seeing Webster sweat like that?
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, how? I mean, the book was only launched yesterday.
Paula and her little publisher were like puppets on a string. Once I knew I couldn't stop Webster feeding them information, I made damn sure I fed them a little of my own.
So Webster dug his own grave. Good one. Now, what are we going to do about Paula and this Gordon character?
Oh, I'll leave them dangling for a while. Then when the time is right, cut their strings.